catch them if you can. 2-time Super Cup champions, 2-time UCL champions. PSG are back at it again. It's your boy, the sports conversationalist. PSG 2, Aston Villa 1. And can you really say it wasn't expected? I have a lot of thoughts on it. Let's quickly get into this match review. So, first things first, the hype for this game, I won't lie, is a bit questionable because I was like, today we had a lot of friendlies. We had Arsenal, Como, we had, I think, United, Leeds. I did catch that a little bit before they went to pens, right? But no hype for the game. And I think when it hit 6, I saw the lineups and I was a bit confused. First things first, for PSG, their normal lineup: Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, Pacho, Marquinhos, Vitinha, João Neves, and then they chuck in Zaire Emery instead of Fabian. That's quite expected of late, because I think last season Fabian's injury and stuff. So but attacking wise, Kvara on the left, Due on the right, and actually use starting instead of Dembele. I'm guessing that's more of a fitness issue thingy, but I digress. But for Aston Villa, I had a lot of questions, because mind you, we've not really they've had preseason, but we've not really seen how this team will look, because they've had a lot of moving pieces. Obviously, Morgan Rogers going for, I think, 130 million euros to Chelsea. Not Ross Barkley. Yuri Tillemans making a move to United for, I think, 50 mil. So, and they just brought in João Gomez. They have a lot of moving pieces, right? And funny enough, they do start 2 players. I was shocked they started. But main thing, I think the main thing is Brian Maju. We'll get into what he did in the game. But start of the game, I don't like, first like 10 minutes, 15 minutes was calm. It was calm until Kvara. And I think we have to have a conversation about this guy, Kvara. If you guys don't know, that's my favorite player. I'm sure a lot of you guys who know me personally already know this. I've been, if not the head, one of the biggest people to push this guy. Saw him at Napoli after Insigne left in 2022 for, I think, Canada. I think the MLS for Toronto FC, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But after Insigne left, brought in Kvara. First season, I watched just 1 month of him, and I was like, you know what, yeah, first. This is a generational talent I'm watching. I have to let you guys know. First year, I think finished 12th in Ballon d'Or, brought the Scudetto to Napoli for the first time in, I think, 33 years at that point in time, alongside Osimhen, but made a move last 2 seasons. Time flies. Last 2 seasons was labeled like I won't say a flop, but like he wasn't expected to do that much. His first season, first Champions League, but wasn't really pivotal. Last season, Champions League player of the season, and we have to have the conversation. I think we have to give the Ballon d'Or to this guy, right? I'm sure the only pushback for Kvara is, first things first, the World Cup year. No, obviously Georgia not playing the World Cup, but him in the Champions League, obviously Ballon d'Or is based on the biggest games and who is the best player over X amount of time. The criteria always changes, right? But in a World Cup year where for me, I think Messi was the best player in the World Cup, and maybe a close second is Mbappe, right? In a year where you can make so many cases for so many different people, and most of them aren't World Cup based, I think we have to start making a case for Kvara. Why so? Obviously, Champions League player of the season. The pushback to him is the League One. He didn't really score that much, and I have my reservations on that. Didn't score that much, but in the pivotal games, in the game that mattered, especially even today, coming up clutch. The goal he scored today is vintage Kvara, cutting onto his right foot, and the keeper is even scared for the curler to the far post and overplace it. Near post finish, similar to what he did against Bayern in the semi-final, but this time a high finish into the top of the net. But yeah, I think we do have to push Kvara into the Ballon d'Or conversations, honestly. So yeah, I digress from that. PSG got a 1-0 lead, and they were supposed to make it 2. This whole game, I think PSG just, you can tell they didn't even go into second gear, right? Let's talk about Pacho, William Pacho. by the end of the season, I'll stand by. I still think he is like a top 2, top 3 centre back in the world. I think Saliba is number 1, and he's like a close second with Gabriel hovering around third. For you to get dunked on, and let me double check this right, because I just went through the game and just kept feeling like this guy is not 17. Is he 17? He's 17. Brian Majo. Obviously, a very talented youngster, right? Aston Villa, but I think he made a move to Aston Villa this January. I can't call you the best or like one of the best centre backs in the world for you to get dunked on live TV in the first half. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Brian Majo, first half, got an open header on Pacho, should have scored. I think hit the post. Secondly, I think the ball came into him and he badged Pacho off, and Pacho was on the ground. He hit the post. And on the third, on his third attempt, which I think was a cross, Pacho literally didn't watch. He didn't even see where the ball was at. He had sight of Majo. Majo was clearly behind him, sneaked past him with strength. Then this guy gives me shades of baby Lukaku. Lukaku at Everton. Like, he's thick, but he has a quickness to him. He has a nasty quickness to him. I can't wait for what he will become. Hopefully he's not like a John Duran type player, obviously good, but like temperament and stuff. But dunking on Pacho, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, he gets his toe onto the ball. Safanov can't do anything to the roof of the net. And then the second half comes, Dembele comes on, obviously. PSG ramp it up a little bit, but I still feel like Aston Villa could have gotten something from this game. Buendia having a few chances. Abraham came on, but at the end, Doué. I have to ask, that offside rule, I don't know how it's officiated now, but from first glance, that Doué goal, he was played through on goal, and the last defender placed him on. But from what I see, like with my naked eye, bro, that's like 100% offside. But you know, offside technology and stuff have made it quite easy. He does finish the ball. So basically, right now, even if you're offside, Mbappe will be one of the biggest beneficiaries of this rule. Even if you're offside, you better finish the ball and leave it up to the lines to do what they do. But yes, Doué gets the winning goal. Aston Villa had some chances at the end. But yeah, PSG come out of this with the victory. Similar to how they came out of it last year against Tottenham. They didn't really like play to their level. They played to the level of Aston Villa, if you understand what I'm saying. So yes, 2-time Super Cup champions, and there is a high possibility they will be in this game next year if they do win the Champions League, which I think they are slight favorites to do. And I think I read a stat, after this win and this trophy claim, that's 13 trophies in the 3.5 years Enrique has been in charge, which is, I think, might be historic. This PSG team is special, man, I won't lie. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts on the match. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys. Again, this is my first video back in about 4 to 5 months. So yeah, obviously a bit of rust, but we are back, and hopefully you are here to stay. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.